the story of Gulliver and his travels, as presented by Miss Arbini's Better Group. In Gulliver's first adventure, he becomes shipwrecked on the island Lilliput, home to 6-inch tall people. Gulliver's large stature is misunderstood and feared by the Lilliputians, and in defense of their lives, they tie him down to the beach. Slowly, Gulliver becomes accepted by the Lilliputians under certain conditions, the most important of which is that he helped them win the war against the neighboring island of Belfuscu. Gulliver pleased the Lilliputians when he helped them defeat the fleet of the Belfuscus. Although this was a great victory for the Lilliputians, Gulliver's next actions displeased them when he refused to enslave the conquered Belfuscu people. And from there, things could only get worse. Later on, when the Lilliputians' castle set on fire, Gulliver made an attempt to help save the people by extinguishing the flames with his own urine. Gulliver's actions in collaboration with his refusal to enslave the Belfuscu people angered the Lilliputian government, and they began to make plans for his violent execution. Fortunately, Gulliver was warned of this and escaped to Belfuscu, and from there he went back to England to his family. Oh, hello there, you're back. So in England, Gulliver made a short visit with his family before leaving on his second adventure. Oh, hello there, you're back. So while Gulliver was in England, he shortly visited with his family, impregnated his wife.
Come hither, wife.
Gulliver then continued on his second adventure. While on his second adventure, Gulliver encountered a terrible storm. Bang! Which shipwrecked him on the peninsula of Brobdingnag. A farmer, one of the giant people of Brobdingnag, found Gulliver and took him home as his own. The farmer's daughter adopted Gulliver and cared for him and taught him the language and ways of the Brobdingnag people, and so Gulliver called her Glumdeclitch. The farmer forced Gulliver to perform for the common people, so much so that Gulliver became terribly exhausted. Once the farmer realized that Gulliver was close to death, he sold him to the king and queen and pawned his daughter off as well. Even so, Gulliver feared for his life due to weird princesses, large animals, and a mean midget. Throughout all of this, Glumdeclitch cared as best as she could for little Gulliver. Gulliver was planning his escape from this land, but before he could do so, on a day when Glumdeclitch was sick and could not be with him, a hawk swooped down and picked up his home, carrying him across the ocean and dropping him in the middle of an open sea. Fortunately, Gulliver was discovered by an English ship, who brought him back to England.
Ahoy!
Gulliver's next travel was jam-packed with adventures, and, frankly, we're out of puppets and time, so we're just gonna narrate it. See? We're all out. Anyway, Gulliver left England on a ship, which was taken over by pirates, and Gulliver was then dumped on an island, where he encountered the floating island of Laputa, which was home to people with weird customs which take intellectualism to an extreme. They can't speak without touching their mouth, and they can't listen without tapping their ears. Gulliver then went to Balnibarbi, the unmoving metropolis, where he got a tour of the Grand Academy of Legato, where he saw the weird new innovations they were working on. Then, Gulliver wanted to go to Lugnag, but no ship was ready for this journey yet, and he took a short trip to Glubdubdrib, the island of sorcerers. At Glubdubdrib, Gulliver witnessed the conjuring of historical figures such as Julius Caesar, and he found them much less impressive than he did in books. Once the ship was ready to go to Lugnag, Gulliver was off to that location, where he learned... Sorry.
Keep going.
Okay. Where he learned of the
Brugs.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you. Where he learned of the Struldbrugs. An undying people who proved that age does not bring wisdom. Gulliver was finally able to leave Lugnag, and then was off to Japan, and from there he returned to England. Gulliver now traveled to the land of...
Excuse me? It's pronounced... yeah, we can't pronounce it either.
I thought so. Anyway, the people here lived by logic and reason, and they lacked compassion or feeling. Gulliver next meets a group of contrasting people to the ones he met before. These people were called the Wild Yahoos. And these people resembled who he knew at home. They lacked reason, but they were violent and murderous, which he didn't see a resemblance to. But in reality, it was the same type of emotions. Due to the hymns, thinking Gulliver had a kinship with the Yahoos, they decided he could not live with them.
You have to go home.
And he had to return home to England. But he didn't want to leave, because he developed a strong distaste for anyone resembling anything like a Yahoo. When Gulliver returned home, he was greeted by many of his friends and family. But after being with the Yahoos, he had developed a strong distaste for anyone who resembled them. And he was left alone, only with his horse. We all need to walk away from him, though, I think. So what should I say? When these actions, in addition, oh, crap.
Ready? Open your eye.
The credits.
Steve, he looks like a woman, don't do. So caught on fire. And then, wait, hold on.
Hold on.
She's practicing.
She'll keep drinking that until it's empty, just to let you know. I was just getting the audio.
Alright, is that good? Yep. Pretty sure that's enough.
While on his second adventure, Gulliver encountered a terrible storm.
Bang!